It is so good to see you again today. Why? It's a beautiful day. Summer's coming. Actually, the weather's going to get really hot, so be careful over the next few days. We've actually come to Sutton again. Now, I had a bit of a disaster there on the last video. However, Lee, thank you very much for a recommendation. He turned around and said, Gary, give this cafe a try. And I was like, okay. LA Cafe. I had a quick look on Google and it's got a 5-star rating on it. That's very unusual after 600-700 reviews. I really hope this is as good as what it says online. If we are, we're on for a winner today. As always, let's give it a go. And it's a busy road, so don't get knocked over, Gary. Come on. Here we are. As I said, it's a beautiful day, so we're sitting outside here. Got some outside seating, there's 4 or 5 chairs. But if you look inside, now that is gorgeous in there. Absolutely gorgeous. As I came in, I saw some cards on the side. It's their 3rd year anniversary, so congratulations to them. Got the menu in front of me, LA Cafe. What am I going to have? You take a look at the menu. Okay, so I'm not going to go through everything, but fantastic range. What am I going to go for? It's not your quintessential breakfast. There's some amazing ingredients in here, totally different. I'm going to go for their LA Cafe signature breakfast, which is pork sausages, streaky bacon, French butter scrambled eggs with our signature white truffle sauce. Don't think I've ever had white truffle sauce on a breakfast before. Heinz beans, roasted vine tomatoes, and toasted bread of the day. That's £14. That is totally different. That is not what you'd expect. Obviously, it's got no black pudding on there, fried bread, bubble and squeak. But again, that's not this style of cafe, is it? Also, they do daily specials here. And they change the specials every day. So I've asked them what today's special is, and it's a 28-day short rib. 28-day short rib in a cafe. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for that. Now that is £26. That's on the pricier end. However, it's about the quality as well. Do you know what? I really like this place. My first feelings, yeah, very relaxed. How can I say? It's nice and modern inside. You've got to take a look at the pictures there. Nicely laid out. Yeah, locally run as well. The guy's been here 3 years, so thumbs up to that, and literally just 3 years. Where are we located as well? Sutton Station is just there. So if you ever fancy coming and visit, get off the train at Sutton Station and just walk across the road. Be very careful, it's a very busy road. Okay, I'll see you when the breakfast arrives. Here we go. Breakfast has arrived. That is a picture on a plate. That's not what I expected. That looks phenomenally good. But the aromas coming off this short rib, it's just incredible. Now, what I desperately don't want to do is let any of this go cold. So what I want to do, I want to dive in here and have a little chat as we go along. I'm going to move that gravy over there. Presentation, I do like that. Sourdough bread there. Woo. Let's dive straight in. Take a look at these sausages. Let's move that guy over there. Now, pork sausages. That is packed with flavour. I'm absolutely stunned. That's actually blown me away. You can feel, you can taste the pork content in there. I mean, the one thing that's disappointing is the actual size. But what isn't disappointing is the flavour. Kind of there, it's wow, bang. I've never had that with a sausage before. That is so good. That is one of the best sausages I genuinely have ever. Sorry, I've got to have another little piece because herbs in there. I want you to take a closer look. I'm actually going to cut that right in half. You can see it's packed with herbs, a little bit of pepperiness coming through all the way. That is a sensational sausage, and I am not just saying it, that is sensational. Now I'm really interested in these scrambled eggs, so just take a close up. on them eggs. They're soft, they're creamy. You have this white truffle on top. Oh my good God. Sorry. Oh my Lord. Seasoning is spot on, but what is truly amazing is that white truffle. It's got a sweetness, it's nutty, it's peppery. Oh my gosh, that is, I'm not just saying this, that is possibly the best scrambled egg I've ever. You know, it's got French butter in there. I couldn't tell you if it's French, English, whatever, but it's rich, it's creamy. Oh my Lord, that is phenomenal. That is it the best sausage I've had? It's up there. Is it the best scrambled eggs I've ever had? I'm not too sure I've ever done scrambled eggs on the channel. Forget that. That is the best scrambled eggs I've ever had in my life. Now, take a look here. We've got the streaky bacon. See the way that unfolds. So, again, it's not normal to have streaky bacon on a breakfast, is it? But I'm not too sure this cafe does anything normally. I think what they try and do is get top quality ingredients and then elevate them. Wow. The streaky bacon, it's smoky, it's crispy. But you know what's very interesting? It's just not crispy, it's juicy as well. Now normally, you would have the smoky bacon and it's there. I go back, when I went to Harrods, I had the smoky bacon there and it was like bang, 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 bang on the plate. This isn't anything like that at all. There's no fat on the plate. If you take a look down here on the plate, there is no fat leaking out of this bacon. That has been cooked carefully and outrageously well. But what I like, it's got a hint of sweetness in the bacon, but the smokiness, the smoke comes through. That is brilliant. So let's try the sourdough toast and the Heinz beans. Let's have them both together. Now my fear always with sourdough toast, you bite in, it's like, do you need to go and see the dentist afterwards? Of course you don't. The Heinz baked beans, they're juicy. Obviously you have the tomato flavour in there, but that's a star again. It's not hard on your teeth, and again, sourdough, that can be really, really difficult, but really difficult on your teeth, but that is lovely. Now, this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I think, again, juicy vine tomatoes on a breakfast elevates a breakfast. It's not your tinned, it's not your normal tomatoes, and you know what? They're always juicy. Oh. And sweet. Oh my Lord. Right, that is one of the best breakfasts I've ever eaten in my life. It's not your normal breakfast. This is a breakfast going up there to a different market, a different level. But what's there is quality, 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 all round. One of the best breakfasts I've ever had. But I'm going to come back to that because I don't want this guy to go cold either. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap everything over and I'll see you shortly. If that's anything as good as that, my Lord, I am absolutely blown away. Let's get everything moved around. So here we go to the short rib. One thing I haven't said, even the simple touch, the plates are nice and hot as well. So you have the parsnips, you've got the vine tomatoes there, portobello mushroom. I'm not going to have that, leave that to the cameraman. Then you've got your short rib, and that's on a bed of, let me just move that up a little bit. Oh, look at this. That's on a bed of kale. You've got kale, you've got cabbage, you've got the peas, you've got parmesan all on top as well. Now, let's go for the money shot. You have this gravy. I do like the consistency there. Now this isn't what you'd expect in a cafe, is it? Short rib. Would you expect that? No. Let's see how tender it all is. Oh yes. Look at this. You see, with the fat, it's really gelatinous there. Now it's about the flavour. That is so tender. Again, with the fat in there, that's making it burst with flavour all round. And I'll tell you what is amazing, is that gravy. I think that's very simple. I think that is just beef with some pepper in there, onion. That really elevates the beef, but it doesn't really, do you know something? If you didn't have that gravy, that beef is succulent, it's juicy, it's tender. The aromas coming from it is outrageously good, but the combination has elevated the flavour even more. I'm actually sitting up in the seat. Now let's try this combination underneath. You've got to bear in mind, all the juices have actually come into this as well, because obviously the short rib have been resting on the vegetables. That's outrageous. That is genuinely outrageous. Brilliant crunch. But again, the cabbage, the kale, then you have the sweetness of the peas, all in, that's like gone mad. Now it's a little bit unfair because I obviously don't like the mushrooms. So I'll ask the cameraman to give me his thoughts on that. But let's go over here to the parsnips. Very unusual to have parsnips, isn't it? But, me, one of my favourite vegetables. I was actually trying to think what flavour's in there. And do you know what it is? It's maple. Because there's a little sweetness coming through, texture-wise. That's so good. This is really clever cooking. I'll tell you why. Because it could have taken the fat off the short rib, but he's left it on there. And do you know why? Because that has added a real richness to the flavour. You can just see it falls off the bone. There's my bone, no problem at all, everything there. Then you come down here, and again there's a flavour in there. I can't actually pinpoint what it is. Excuse me. It's the truffle oil. It's got white truffle in there. I was sitting there, I think it's got the sweetness, it's got a crunch, and then, yeah, then it's got a kind of nutty flavour as well. And then it's peppery. So, they've obviously put truffle oil in that as well. As a combination, I'm not going to go, because I've already had tomato, so we know what that is. That is clever cooking. Is it worth the money? Because that is a lot of money for it. However, a lot of time's gone into doing that. That isn't being cooked literally in 15 minutes in the kitchen and whacked out. Quality, 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 quality. Everything here is quality. It's not actually what I'd expect in a cafe. In fact, I would never order that in a cafe, because why would you? Wow. Seriously, I'm actually really blown away. Can't let this all go cold. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dive in. Cameraman's going to help me out as well. Yeah, blown away. Totally blown away. Got the bill, paid the bill. Ta-da! It's not really a cafe, is it? This is elevated above. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the scenery and give you my final thoughts. Impressed? Damn right I was impressed. Very impressed. So what's my final thoughts? Well, I'll tell you my final thoughts. LA Cafe really isn't a cafe, it's more of a bistro. It is elevated, it's up there. The breakfast, not going to go through everything all over again. Quality, 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 quality. Boring, but quality. the best scrambled eggs I've ever had. Love the streaky bacon, the sausages to die for. Oh, that wasn't your normal breakfast, but it doesn't advertise itself as a traditional breakfast. That is something different. Brilliant food, cooked perfectly. Then onto the short rib. Just fell off the bone, full of flavour. The gravy made that. And then the cabbages and the kale and the peas underneath with all that juice going through. That was so good. Oh dear me. Now onto the bill. Now I've done some fantastic cafes. Pellicci's, Terry's, Paolo's, all there, all up there. But this is a different kind of cafe. It's a different style of breakfast, and I'm telling you, pure quality. Onto the bill. For the breakfast, it was £14. For the short rib, it was £26. £40 exactly, no service charge. What marks am I going to give it? It's easy, isn't it? It's a simple 10 out of 10. A local owned business, again, with the local owner who cares about his business. What he puts out on that plate is perfect. It is quality, it's all up there. I'm not silly, the bill's not cheap, is it? However, you don't actually go into a cafe and get short rib, do you? And you don't get short rib from top class restaurants that good. So yeah, it's a little bit pricey, but you sometimes have to pay it. Sometimes you have to pay it. And when you pay it and you walk away and you're like, here we go. And I'm like, that's excellent. The cameraman, he says that was outstanding. He loved it as well. So both of us fully agree it's top marks. Love to hear your comments. Really would like to hear your comments. Lee, thank you so very much. That's why your recommendations are so important to me. You recommend the best places to go. Me, I always go to the duff ones, don't I? Love to hear your comments, as I say. If you could like and subscribe to the channel, you know I always appreciate that. And do you know what? I'm absolutely overjoyed today. Big thumbs up. Now keep careful in the warm weather. Okay, please keep careful. Till next time, bye-bye. Yes, good one.